Hi there and welcome to this 2.5 minute tips video. Now after my last video on unraid shares and macOS, a whole lot of you guys messaged me and asked about putting a time machine share not on the array but on an unassigned disk on the server and wondered if this was possible. So let's hear from someone who knows a lot more about time machines than me. So Doc Brown, is it possible to add a time machine share on an unassigned device? And can we add it straight from the Unraid web UI?
Unfortunately, no. It requires something with a little more kick. Plutonium. This sucker's electrical. But I need a nuclear reaction to generate the 1.21 gigawatts of electricity I need.
So whilst that is of course true, we can actually substitute the 1.21 gigawatts of electricity and make our time machine work using the SMB extras file. Okay, so there are two things that we need to have installed before we start. So we need to have the Unassigned Devices plugin installed, and also I recommend having BinHex's Crusader Docker container installed as well. So at the moment you can see my unassigned drive is not formatted, so I'm going to format that now. To do that we need to go to Settings, Unassigned Devices and enable Destructive Mode, and with that the option to format's now there. And next I'm going to change the name of the drive to something a bit more user friendly and just call it 1TB as it's a 1TB drive. Okay, and so with that done I'm now going to mount the drive and also set it to auto mount. Now you can share the whole drive on the network if you want to, but you don't have to as we're going to do this manually anyway. So now let's go across to Crusader and I'm going to go to the unassigned drive. Here's the 1TB here and it's going to create a new folder and name it Time Machine. Okay, so let's close this and go back to the main tab and I'm going to stop the array and go to Settings and then SMB. Now you've got to make sure you've got Enhanced macOS Interoperability enabled, and mine is here. In the description you'll find this text file, so copy this part here. What we want to do is paste it in here. It must be above the Unassigned Devices parts here. And also we must have a line space between the end of what we've pasted in and where it says Unassigned Devices Start. So a couple of things we have to edit here. First, this is the name of the share. It's set for Time Machine. If you wanted the share to be named something different, then put it in the brackets here. And for the path, this has to be to our unassigned disk. So that's /MNT/disks and then / then the name of your disk. Mine was called 1TB and / and then the name of the folder I put in there in Crusader. So that's Time Machine. Now under valid users I'm going to put ed, and also under write list I'm going to put ed, so that's a user I've created in Unraid that normally connects to the Time Machine share. Then underneath that, where it says Time Machine max size equals, I've set mine here to 500 gigs, but set that to whatever you want to limit the size of your Time Machine share. Okay, so with that done, let's click apply and done and start the array. And so with the array started up, that's all done. Now when looking at the shares from the Unraid web UI, we're not going to see the share we just created listed here. And that's because the only shares listed here are the ones that are created directly through the web UI. But when you browse the network and connect to it from macOS, you'll see the share and be able to use it as a Time Machine backup location. And if you want to see how to connect macOS to that share, then please see my other video here. But for now that's the end of this video and I hope you liked it, and if you did then please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I just want to give a big thanks to all of my supporters and Patreons out there. It's you guys that make these videos possible and I thank you all very much. So it's time for me to go now, so whatever you're up to for the rest of the day, I hope it's good and I'll catch you in the next video.